Hello students, welcome to the online class. First of all, open your maths textbook and your notebook. Okay, fine, you have opened. Okay, now let's proceed. Now in the last video, we have solved up till practice set 1.2. Yes or no children, we have solved till practice set 1.2 where we had compared two rational numbers we had compared two rational numbers by using some basic rules. Okay, in that video children, you remember, even we had learned, I had taught us some rules to compare two rational numbers. Okay, we had learned some rules to compare two rational numbers, but we had not used those rules to compare the rational number. Now these rules are in your textbook page number 3. These rules are in your textbook page number 3. Now you can see above practice set 1.2, the following rules are used to compare two rational numbers. Okay, so let us revise these rules fast. The rule says that if we have two rational number a upon b and c upon d, then first condition is if a into d is less than b into c, then a upon b will be less than c upon d. This was the first case. Second condition, they had said if a into d is equal to b into c, then your a upon b will be equal to c upon d. And third case, they had said, the third rule says that third condition, a into d, if a into d is greater than b into c, then a upon b will be greater than c upon d. Now these three rules in the last video I had explained children, but how to apply? So today I'll just show you how to apply these rules in order to determine which rational number is bigger and which is smaller. Okay, so by using the rules, so we can say that this method, by using the rules, so in exam if the question comes by using the rules, compare the rational number, determine the rational number which is bigger or smaller, in that case you will apply the rule. Otherwise you can follow the basic rules what we have done using that basic rule, that practice set we have solved 1.2. so until and unless it is not specified to use the rule method, you are free to use any method to compare the rational number. Okay, now let me explain the application of these rules by taking some examples. Suppose I take example, for example, okay, I am taking an example. Suppose we have two rational number 5 upon 4 and the other one is 2 upon 3. Okay, these two rational number. Now we know our basic method in the practice set. First we equalize the denominator. If denominators are not equal, we equalize the denominator and then we compare. But here now, since it is a rule method, first thing, the first fraction, now here you can see 5 upon 4, that means this is here, you can compare this 5 upon 4 as this will be your a upon b and this is your c upon d, right? So your a is equal to 5, b is equal to 4. Yes or no children? A is equal to 5, b is equal to 4, c is equal to, okay, I'll write over here, a is equal to 5, b is equal to 4, c equal to 2 and your d is equal to 3. Now first thing what we need to find is, what does this rule say? A into d. So first step children, you will find a into d. So a into d is 5 into 3 and that is equal to 15. Next thing what you are supposed to find is b into c. So b into c, that is equal to 4 into 2 and that is equal to 8. Now you can see that children, therefore a into d is, what is the condition? A into d is greater, because this is 15, b into c, okay, this is 8. So if I put here, now you can see 15 and 8, so 15 is greater. A into d is greater than b into c children, then which condition follows? Third condition. What does this condition say? A into d is greater than b into c, so a upon b will be greater, therefore you can write a upon b is greater than c upon d. Now what is my a upon b children? What is a upon b? 5 upon 4. 5 upon 4 is greater than 2 upon 3. Understood children? You have understood how to apply this rule? Okay, copy down. Now one more example, we'll take one more example to make this concept clear. Suppose if I take the fraction, suppose we take the fraction, say for example, second example. Children, you are supposed to copy all these notes by pausing the video in between and keep your class book fully complete. Okay. Now second example, if I take, suppose minus 7 upon 9, and I can go for minus 5 upon 2. Okay. Now here my both the rational number I have taken negative. So minus 7 upon 9 and minus 5 upon 2. Now comparing with the standard form, this is my a upon b, this is my c upon d. So here my a is equal to minus 7, b equal to 9, c equal to minus 5 and d is equal to 2. Now first thing children, what we need to find? A into d. A into d is equal to, what is my a? Minus 7 into d is 2. So that is equal to minus 14. Similarly b into c. B is what? My 9 multiplied by c minus 5. 9 5s are 45 and here is minus sign since minus 5 here. Now you can see what is a into d and here is my b into c. What is my a into d? Minus 14. What is my b into c? Minus 45. Now here children, you know, as we move on the number line more towards the left, the value goes on reducing. Therefore minus 14 is greater. So this will be greater. Minus 14 is greater, that means this is greater. A into d is greater than b into c. Again the last rule follows, that a into d is greater than b into c. Then my condition is a upon b will be greater than c upon d. So what is my a upon b? Minus 7 upon 9 is greater than minus 5 upon 2. I hope you have understood this, how to apply the rules to compare two rational numbers. Now based on this children, I'll give one question for homework, that I'll be sending the photo or image of that question in the group. In that question I'll be giving, by using the rules, determine which rational number is bigger or smaller. So that you will be solving in the homework notebook. Clear children? Okay. Now moving to the next topic of this chapter, that is decimal representation of a rational number. The next topic is decimal representation. Write down the topic name children. Decimal representation of a rational number. Okay. Now this decimal representation of a rational number, what does this topic means children? So as you can read the topic, decimal representation of a rational number, that means you are representing the rational number into a decimal form. Say for example, if we take 1 upon 2, so this can be written as in decimal 0.5. Yes or no? If I take 3 upon 4, so it will become 0.75. Okay children, so if it is, so this way when we convert this fraction or rational number into decimal, then it is called decimal representation of a rational number. So converting rational numbers into decimal is known as decimal representation of a rational number. But these decimal representation of a rational number are of two types. The first type is, write down, terminating. This decimal representation is of two types. Write down, terminating decimal form. First one is terminating decimal form. Now what does this terminating? First you write down, let us write down the definition and then I'll explain with an example. Write down, if the rational number when expressed in decimal form, if the rational number when expressed in decimal form has finite number of decimal places and the remainder obtained after division is 0, then that form of a rational number is called terminating decimal form. So children, write down the definition. What is terminating decimal form? If the rational number when expressed in decimal form has a finite number of decimal places and the remainder obtained after division is 0, then that form of a rational number is called terminating decimal form. Now, what does this finite means? After decimal then can be any number of places we have the values, okay. And then the thing is that after dividing, when we get the decimal form, if the decimal form, that is after division, we get the remainder as 0, then that form is called as terminating decimal form. Means whenever we divide a fraction, if we get the division ends and we get the remainder 0, then that is called as terminating decimal form. Now let me explain you with this example. Some examples will go for explaining this term. Let me take some examples. Now for example, if we have, suppose for example, if we take any fraction, say for example I'll go for 13 upon 8. Now this 13 upon 8, okay, now this will become what? 8 ones are 8. So what is the remainder? 5, 0, 8 6 are 48, 8 2s are 16. This division you know, so I am going a little faster, okay. 0, 8 5s are 40, 8 5s are 40. So now you can see children that after converting this 13 upon 8, what we are getting? Therefore 13 upon 8 is equal to 1.625. Now you can see that 13 upon 8 is equal to 1.625, that we have converted into a decimal form. And here in this case you see we get remainder 0 and my division is getting terminate. So this type of form is called as terminating decimal form. Whenever you will divide a fraction, if you get the remainder 0, that means your division is getting terminate. So this is called as, we can say this is called as terminating decimal form. Okay children, copy down. One more example we can go for I'll go for explaining terminating decimal form. So let us see. Let's copy down. Now one example more I'll take so that your concept is clear. Say for example 13 upon 4. Now 13 upon 4, 4 3s are 12, 4 2s are 8, 4 5s are 20. So now you can see that children 13 upon 4 is equal to 3.25. So this is also division is getting over. So last statement you have to write, it is terminating decimal form. After solving the sum, you have to see whether the remainder is 0. If remainder comes 0, you have to write the last statement, it is terminating decimal form. Clear children? So it is clear the first type of decimal representation is terminating decimal form in which you are getting the remainder 0 and your division is getting terminate. Is it clear to everyone? Okay, copy down. Now, moving to the second form of decimal representation. Moving to the second form of decimal representation, which is called as non-terminating. Now, second type is your non-terminating. Second is non-terminating recurring decimal form. Okay, non-terminating recurring decimal form. What does this mean? As you can see, the words non-terminating means your division will not get terminate. That means your division does not end. Recurring means, what is meant by recurring? Some value is repeating, some number is coming again and again. That is meaning of the word recurring. Some number is repeating again and again. So it is called as recurring. Now, here first I'll give the example, or you can write in definition. In this form of decimal representation, division does not gets terminated. And we do not obtain the remainder 0. Clear, children? So these I have defined in our own terms. You can also define the terms in your own terms also, in your own words also. Even the terminating decimal form you can define in your own terms. Clear, children? Copy this. Non-terminating recurring decimal form. In this form, decimal representation of division does not get terminate and we do not obtain the remainder 0. Now let us take some example and understand this concept. Okay, suppose I take an example, any fraction. For example, if I am taking a fraction, for example, 2 upon, let us take 2 upon 3. We are taking 2 upon 3. Now 2 upon 3 and this is your 2. Okay, so 0. Now 3 6 are 18. So again 2 0, again 6 are 18. That means again you are getting 2 0, again 6, again 18. So this is, children, you can see that one term 6 is recurring. It's coming again and again, and there you can see this division is not getting over. So this form is called as non-terminating recurring decimal form. And how are we going to write? This is 2 upon 3 is equal to 0.6. Now 666 is recurring. So to show that recurring, you are just putting one dot on top of 6. Okay, that means this dot means that this number 6 is recurring. It is repeating again and again. Either you use this dot or also you can show by a simple small bar. Okay, so but usually for when single term is repeating, when single digit is repeating, we show it by dot. Clear? So 2 upon 3 is equal to 0.6 recurring. This is the way, and this is called as, when you solve the sum, finally when this comes, you can directly show by this one. Okay, this showing the symbol of recurring. Now one more example I'll take to explain this non-terminating decimal form. Let me take one more example. So